Hello everyone, welcome to Diagnose It. So today we have a quite common case that we usually see in our dermatology OPD. So you can see here is a 40-year-old male who presented with this kind of itchy and scaly patches all over his body and more on the extensor areas as well and on the trunk of the body. Now let's try to make the diagnosis. As you can see, the types of scales present on the plaque and around the plaque this characteristic erythematous margin, as you can see here, this erythematous margin with a long term history and distribution over the extensor surface of the body, we can clearly make the diagnosis of psoriasis. Now let's discuss what is psoriasis. Psoriasis is basically a chronic T cell mediated inflammatory condition of the skin that can involve joints, nails, eyes, and also other systems of the body. So, why some patients develop psoriasis and why some not? There are both genetic as well as environmental factors that determine this. So, in genetic factors, we have basically the HLA distribution. The HLA CW6 associated with the development of psoriasis. More specifically, it is associated with the development of psoriasis in age less than 40 years. Next one is HLA B27 that is associated with the psoriatic arthritis. In environmental factors, we have trauma to the site, some infections like group A beta hemolytic streptococcus in guttate psoriasis, and some metabolic factors, stress, alcohol intake, smoking, sunlight exposure. Yes, sunlight exposure is also used in treatment of psoriasis, but this is found that in some genetically predisposed people, this sunlight exposure can lead to the development of psoriasis also. And drugs, anti-malarial drugs, beta blockers, one is withdrawal of the systemic steroids, and statins, lithium, penicillin, and interferons are the main etiological drugs for the development of psoriasis. Now let's discuss how it all begins. What happens is T cells, it is basically a T cell mediated disease. So what happens is T cell infiltrates the skin. It infiltrates both dermis as well as epidermis. In epidermis, what they do, they decrease the epidermal transit time. What is an epidermal transit time? In the basal layer of epidermis, what happens is the cells they continuously divide. They divide and they moves upwards. So within a duration of 28 days, these cells shed off. But what happens in psoriasis is this epidermal transit time decreases and decreases to around 5 to 6 days. So this cycle of the division of cells, then their upward movement and the shedding, this all happens within a duration of 5 days. Next one is what happens in dermis. So in dermis, this T cells triggers inflammation. So in inflammation, there are basically two axes of inflammation here. One is enzyme mediated and one is cytokine mediated. So in enzyme mediated, what happens is this phosphodiesterase 4 enzyme, this increases and leads to inflammation. In cytokine mediated pathway, there is basically interleukin 12 and 23 pathway. So what happens is interleukin 12 and 23. Interleukin 12, as you all know, stimulates Th1 cells and interleukin 23 stimulates Th17 cells. And Th1 in turns stimulate TNF alpha, and next one is it also stimulates interleukin 2. What happens in this Th17? This Th17 leads to interleukin 17 and also interleukin 22. So why this pathway is important? Because we have some biological drugs, the monoclonal antibodies that specifically inhibit these inflammatory mediators. So these are used in the management of psoriasis. There are many types of psoriasis. One is chronic plaque psoriasis that we can see here in this patient. This patient is having chronic plaque psoriasis. Next one is we have discussed earlier is guttate psoriasis. Guttate psoriasis is associated with the group A beta hemolytic streptococcus infection and usually seen in young age patient. Next one is another one is pustular psoriasis. Pustular psoriasis is the pustules that are present are not due to any infection. These are because of the neutrophilic collections. One more interesting thing about pustular psoriasis is usually systemic steroids are not given in any kind of psoriasis for treatment. But when pustular psoriasis occurs in a pregnant female, this is called as impetigo herpetiformis, then steroids are used in its treatment. Systemic steroids. The second drug of choice is cyclosporin, but steroids are first drug of choice in this treatment. Next one is erythrodermic psoriasis. Erythroderma in dermatology basically means when more than 90% of body surface area is involved and it is red in color. Next one is flexural psoriasis, when the flexures of the body are involved. Next one is when the psoriasis is limited to the scalp only, it is called as scalp psoriasis. Next one is nail psoriasis. When nails are involved, it is called as nail psoriasis, and there are specific manifestations that you can see. These are the clinical findings that you see in the nail psoriasis. So one is due to the nail matrix involvement, and one is due to the involvement of nail bed. So in nail matrix involvement, you can see the pitting, the leukonychia, the crumbling of the nails. In the nail bed involvement, you can see the subungual hyperkeratosis, the onycholysis, and the splinter hemorrhages. One more specific thing is the presence of salmon patch. This you can see, this oil drop kind of thing. This is known as salmon patch, and it is quite specific for nail psoriasis. Now let's see how we diagnose psoriasis. In a clinical setting, basically psoriasis can be diagnosed clinically by the specific distribution of these silvery white scales over the plaques with erythrodermic border on the truncal area, on the extensor aspect of the body, and there are some signs that we elicit in psoriasis. One is this sign you can see here. This one. This is known as Auspit sign. And this whole test is known as Grattage test. So what we do in Grattage test, we scrape the lesion with a glass slide. So what we get first is the silvery white scales in the first step. In the next step, we get this membrane. This is known as Bulkley's membrane. And in the next step, when we continued scraping, we get these pinpoint hemorrhagic spots. This specifically is known as Auspit sign. We can also diagnose it by the histopathology also, in which we can see the specific named signs as the Munro's microabscess, the elongation of rete ridges. There is a grading of psoriasis which is used in its treatment purpose. If it involves less than 10% of body surface area, then it is treated by only the topical drugs. To reduce the scaling, we can use the emollients and moisturizers. We can also use some anti-inflammatory drugs with topical preparations like steroids. Look, steroids are used in topical preparation, but the systemic steroids are contraindicated, except for that pustular psoriasis in pregnancy. Other topical drugs that are used are diethranol, the coal tar, vitamin A and vitamin D analogues, retinoids and calcitriols. In systemic drugs, what we use are the methotrexate, the apremilast, cyclosporin, and in that pustular psoriasis of pregnancy, we use systemic steroids also. If the patient stop responding to these systemic drugs, including this methotrexate, cyclosporin, then we can target that pathway that we read earlier. This pathway that you can see here, we can target this pathway by biologicals that we have. So firstly, what we can do is we can target this interleukin 12-23 by a drug that we have known as ustekinumab. Next one is we can target this interleukin 23 by the drugs that we have as guselkumab and tildrakizumab. Next is we can target this TNF alpha by all you know the drugs as infliximab, etanercept and adalimumab. We can also target this interleukin 17 by a drug that we have as secukinumab. We can also target the receptor of this interleukin 17 by a drug known as the brodalumab. So these are the aspects that you need to know about this chronic plaque psoriasis and the other types of psoriasis. So this is all about psoriasis. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. If you have any question regarding this, you can post it in the comment section below. Thank you.